7:02. Early breakfast with Africa Melane.
Live, streaming countrywide on Prime Media Plus, DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
12 minutes nowadays past 5 o'clock. Remove Skoro Goro campaign is the Gauteng province's latest campaign to try and make sure that vehicles that are not appropriately licensed or roadworthy are not transporting and ferrying commuters. The violations are detected during a high-impact stop and search operations conducted by the Gauteng Traffic Inspectorate as well as the Road Traffic Management Corporation that happened between the 3rd and the 9th of August, found a number of minibus taxi drivers being caught operating without a valid driver's license during a week-long enforcement blitz. Joining me on the line is the spokesperson for the MEC for Roads and Transport, that's Lesiba Biam. Lesiba, very good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Africa, and good morning to your listeners.
All right, tell us
Thank
about
you for having-
Sorry, I was going to say, tell us about the campaign and how many taxis that you had to take off the road.
Look, Africa, we've been taking a lot of taxis off the road. As a matter of fact, this period under review, as you've already said, the operation started on the 3rd to the 9th. We were able to take off the road 60 minibus taxis, and we're coming from a situation where I think in the month of May we took 82 minibus taxis that were unroadworthy off these roads, and these operations are part of our ongoing commitment to road safety and compliance across the province. So we are particularly concerned about the public transport because thousands of commuters depend on taxis every day, on buses and other public transport modes. And the province really, or rather the GTI, as we commonly term it, is targeting high-risk corridors and areas where there is evidence of non-compliance. And these operations are conducted, of course, in collaboration with other law enforcement agencies, including the RTMC.
What's going to happen to those minibus taxis that have been taken off the road, to the drivers of those minibus taxis, and ultimately to the owners of those taxis?
What is common cause is that when we impound these vehicles, we discontinue them until owners show a commitment of, repairing these vehicles. But many of these vehicles, I can tell you now, are irreparable. So we have, there's a likely chance that they are discontinued for good, because not only are they having more than 3 defects, but they are not in a condition of actually ferrying our commuters. And we are very serious about public safety, and that is why we acted in the manner that we did. So basically, this is not a punitive measure. This is about saving lives and not necessarily about disrupting the industry operation. And hence we are targeting this, we are not targeting the taxi industry per se. We are definitely targeting unsafe and illegal behavior on our roads. We have arrested some who tried to bribe their way out of, accountability. And we have served discontinuation notices. And we have also given out infringement notices to some who are, mild, if I may put it like that. But what will happen is that any vehicle that is not fit and proper to be on the road will definitely not negotiate with, but will remove it as speedily as we can.
Some of the vehicles actually saw serious mechanical defects, including faulty brakes, worn tires, and defective lighting systems.
Yes, indeed. And not only that, these violations are extremely serious because, of course, as you say, some of them went directly to the mechanical safety of the vehicle. And our law enforcement officers on the ground found defects such as faulty brakes, as you have said, worn tires, Africa. I mean, broken headlights, broken lights, defective indicators, cracked windscreens. And these are not just minor administrative shortcomings. These are defects that can determine whether a driver is able to control a vehicle and whether a passenger survives a crash or an accident. So in some operations, we have also encountered vehicles with serious structural defects. In the May operations, for example, defects included hollowed out floors, faulty brakes, worn tires, broken headlights, and so forth. And at least 71 minibus taxis and 84 private vehicles were discontinued during the operation. So when we take a vehicle off the road, we're not being punitive, as I've said. For the sake of it, we're preventing a potential dangerous vehicle from carrying members of the public. So a public transport vehicle is effectively a moving public space. When that vehicle is unsafe, every passenger inside it is exposed to risk. So we can't afford that.
Let's shift our conversation to operating licenses, Lesiba. We often have this conversation where either taxi operators are desperate to engage with the department on the attainment of operating licenses. My understanding is that there are some operating licenses that have been approved that are yet to be collected.
Indeed, we had an initial 400 uncollected, but we have also made a determination that a small fraction of those are deceased, applications or are belonging to deceased applicants. And we have made contact with families, and we've made a further appeal to some to be collected. I think we're now running at around 174 uncollected. These are particularly concentrated amongst minibus taxis and scholar transport operations. We have made significant progress in clearing the OL backlog since November 2025. More than 3,000 valid operating licenses have been handed over to compliant operators. And the concern now is that licenses that have already been approved are still uncollected. So we therefore make a very clear appeal to operators that if you receive an SMS or communication through your associations, please go and collect your license. It's important to do so.
Lesiba, is the MEC intending to continue with engagements with the taxi associations and owners to iron out some of the tensions between the department and the sector?
Of course, at all material times, the MEC's door is open for any engagement. And we're happy to have seen an averted strike in the past few weeks where the industry would have found audience with the MEC to clear out some of the bottlenecks or some of the topical points that are affecting operations that might not be in agreement, because this industry is a critical partner to government. So, of course, she's forever available to engage the industry. The MEC, together with her partners, all e-hailers, taxi industry, scholar transport, bus operators, always find a way to iron out their differences. You would know that in the previous times, the MEC would have even formed what was called a crisis committee, where it was really a focused meeting that drills down on the operating licenses backlog. And that has yielded much desired results. So yes, the MEC is forever available to engage the taxi industry in particular to clear and iron out any form of difference.
All right, Lesiba, before you go, let's take a quick call from William, and I've got a voice note from Sindila wanting to ask you a question as well. If you can make William available, please. Okay, cool. Let's play the voice note then, please.
Hey, good morning, Africa. Africa, could you ask your guest which area exactly do they target? Gauteng is a big area. For them to have impounded only 80, if I'm not mistaken, he said 80, not even 800. He hasn't scratched the surface at all. These cars are moving coffins in our streets every day, and they're not only impacting the commuters, but they are impacting all the drivers who come across those cars. They are moving coffins, but only 80. No. This is a gimmick or it's a joke. 80 in the whole of Gauteng. Not in one municipality or somewhere there, or the whole of Gauteng. Please ask for clarity from him. Send it.
And what supports that, Lesiba, is a message from somebody who's choosing to be anonymous, saying 10 out of Siaya taxi operating in Gauteng, that's Alex Turenberg, are mobile coffins. They refer to them as that. Please remove them as soon as possible. And then Matome in Germiston, saying that he stays in Dugatole location in Germiston, and half of the taxis at the taxi rank are not roadworthy. I so wish you and your team can come that side to clean up the place as well.
Yeah, no. I think it's warranted concern, but maybe just for clarity. I did say that we reported over a period which started on the 3rd to the 9th of August, and the total quantum of the vehicles that we would have removed is that 60. I did indicate that in the month of May or June, we did have about 80 or 71, I think, respectively, in June and May, of vehicles that we have removed. We have been very active from as far back as last year, May, every month removing these vehicles. So perhaps on another invitation, Africa, I will definitely get a cumulative number of vehicles that we have removed off the road since the operation started. I mean, if we can take a toll on our impounds, you can see the side of, moving coffins, as we so term them, unable to move, unable to even be collected by their owners. So this is not just a box ticking exercise. It's a report that we're given to the public to say from the 3rd to the 9th, this is a performance coming from the Gauteng Transport Inspectorate, and we can't give a cumulative number since we started the operations.
All right, Lesiba, thank you very much. Lesiba Mpia, spokesperson for the MEC for Roads and Transport in Gauteng, reporting back on that particular campaign that yielded 60 vehicles being impounded.